change has worked for Shea Hope again. That brings in Tanzim Hassan Saqib in the middle. In at 7, some problems with floodlights. Hence, proceedings at a halt in the middle, but he's there because this was too full to play that shot.
Yeah, always in danger if you try to negotiate the spin bowler. If he's bowled a fuller delivery and you go up the back foot, you'll be very, very lucky if you go on to survive that. Unlucky, inside edge and went on to hit the stumps. Incredible here. What a turnaround this has been for West Indies. 35 in the power play when they batted. 79 for 1. 70 for 1 after the 10th over. And then in the last 3 overs, they smashed 51. I really don't know what's that about. He's making the right decision. He's made the right call, especially in the bowling department. Then very good. These are the wickets. The first one to move was acrobatic, amazing catch. This was soft dismissal, little lower. Kash could pick up that ball that stopped. That should have also gone over the top of the fielder. Right Hazan, then Shamim Hussain, then the last one. Look how close that was.
For a bit. 3 out of the 5 were catches taken by the West Indies team, and must mention that all of them were good catches, but good on the field. West Indies. That graphics just showed you is reflection of lack of partnerships for Bangladesh.
There's none to speak of. You know, pressure on Bangladesh.
Wide run rate 958. Well bowled, attacking the stumps. Very well bowled over by Pierre. 59 for 5.
সবাই কমেন্ট করবা আমার লাইভটা কে কোথায় থেকে দেখতেছো। সবাই কমেন্ট করবা আজকে লাইভটা কে কোথায় থেকে দেখতেছো। খেলা কিন্তু শুরু হয়ে গেছে, আর কে জিতবে কমেন্ট করবা। সবার কমেন্টগুলো ব্যাক দেওয়া হবে, রিপ্লাই দেওয়া হবে।
Rishad Nasum and Taskin with 107 required of just 66 deliveries. It signals to be an uphill task for those. Some trouble in the middle. Still persisting. Perhaps because of lights. Wide run rate 9.73. I think the drinks break is going to be taken early. Time for the players and officials to hydrate. We'll take a short break.
166তে টার্গেট দেওয়া হয়েছে। সবাই কমেন্ট করবা, লাইক করবা। আজকে আমার লাইক শুধুমাত্র 50টা লাইক। তোমরা 50টা লাইক করবা আর কমেন্টে বলবা যে বাংলাদেশ কত পার্সেন্ট জিতিবে, বাংলাদেশকে আজকের ম্যাচটা জিতবে না জিতিবে অবশ্যই কমেন্ট করবা। তোমরা কে কোথায় থেকে আমার লাইভটা দেখতেছো সবাই একটু কমেন্ট করবে। একশো 65তে টার্গেট দিছে, মাত্র 3 উইকেট খেলায় দিছে বাংলাদেশ। এটাই বলে সোনার বাংলাদেশের খেলা। বাংলাদেশ কি আজকে জিততে পারবে নাকি হারবে সবাই একটু কমেন্ট করবে। আর লাইক করে দাও, আমার শুধু আজকে 50টা লাইক চাই, 50টা। আমি জানি লাইক তোমাদের কাছে কিছুই না, তো তাড়াতাড়ি লাইক করো। এই তো আমাদের লাইভটা মাত্র 9 জন দেখতেছে আর একটা লাইক হয়েছে। ভাই তোমরা একটু লাইক করো। আর বাংলাদেশের খেলাটা কিন্তু শুরু হয়ে গেছে। 5 উইকেট গেছে বাংলাদেশের, 59 রান 9 ওভারে। 9 ওভারে 59 রান, 5 উইকেট। দেখি বাংলাদেশের খেলা নাকি।
Required run rate, it is creeping up, it's closing up on 10. Open Powell, the partnership of 83 in the end made sure that they got to a very challenging total, seems like. On the home side,
বাংলাদেশের বিপক্ষে দল কিন্তু 165 রানের টার্গেট দিচ্ছে।
beautiful Rangamati, the Chittagong hill tracts of Bangladesh, famous for its natural beauty, including Kaptai Lake, surrounded by hills, rivers, and waterfalls like Shubalong Waterfall, known for its rich tribal culture and history, evident in attractions, plenty of them, greenery, monasteries.
বাংলাদেশ একটু ইনজুরিতে গেছে, সেজন্য লাইভটা বের হতে দেরি হয়ে যায়। আমাদের লাইভটা আবারও শুরু হয়ে গেছে, তো তোমরা লাইক করবা। খেলাটা কিন্তু আবারও শুরু হয়ে গেছে, তো তোমরা কি কোথায় থেকে দেখতেছো কমেন্ট করবা। আর বাংলাদেশ আজকে কত পার্সেন্ট জিতবে অবশ্যই কমেন্ট করবা।
Hope and Powell who kept the hope alive. Some lusty blows. Whenever it was full, they were not hesitant to charge. And against faster bowlers, full toss punished. Wings deployed plenty of times. Hope and Powell leading Chattogram up in his 100 T20I. As they reached a total of 165, those two batters put together 83 in response. Bangladesh are 59 for 5.
খেলাটা একটু ইনজুরিত হয়েছে, সেজন্য দেরি হয়েছে খেলাটা। তোমরা লাইভটা দেখতে থাকো, খেলাটা শুরু হয়ে যাবে কিছুক্ষণের মধ্যেই।
With the floodlights, so there'll be further delay. We'll be back soon when we have good news with us.
বিপক্ষী দলে 165 রান নিচে 3 উইকেট দিছে। খেলাটা একটু ইনজুরিতে গেছে, সেজন্য সমস্যা হইতেছে। জানি তো বাংলাদেশের ঢং বেরোতেছে। আজকের ম্যাচটা কে জিতবে অবশ্যই কমেন্ট করবা। আমাদের লাইভটা বর্তমান 13 জন কালেক্ট আছে, 3টা লাইক হয়েছে। ভাই তোমরা একটা লাইক করো। আজকে আমার লাইক শুধুমাত্র 50টা লাইক টার্গেট দাও। 50টা লাইক হলে আমি খুব খুশি হব। আর তোমরা কমেন্ট করবা কে কোথায় থেকে আমার এই লাইভটা দেখতেছো। খেলাটা শুরু হয়ে যাবে গা। ভাই কারেন্ট যেতেছে স্টেডিয়ামের মধ্যে, গানটা কি দেখছো? এই তো ভাই লাইক করতেছে, 4টা লাইক হয়েছে। আমার শুধু লাগবে 50টা লাইক। প্লিজ ভাই তোমরা একটু কমপ্লিট করে দাও প্লিজ। আর আমার লাইভটা দেখতে থাকো। আজকে দেখবা বাংলাদেশ ঠকে নাকি জিতে, তোমরা দেখতে থাকো লাইভটা। এই যে খেলাটা কিন্তু এখন শুরু হয়ে যাবে বাংলাদেশের। এই যে খেলাটা আবার শুরু হয়ে যেতেছে, তো তোমরা তাড়াতাড়ি লাইক করো আর খেলাটা আবার দেখো। এই যে খেলাটা কিন্তু আবার শুরু হয়ে যেতেছে গা। খেলাটা কিন্তু আবারও শুরু হয়েছে। তো আজকে আমার শুধু লাগবে মাত্র 50টা লাইক, তোমরা প্লিজ কমপ্লিট
We're all
করে দাও।
good for the play to resume here
খেলাটা
in
শুরু হয়ে
Chattogram.
গেছে
This is the
দাদা।
first T20I of the Dutch Bangladesh series between Bangladesh and West Indies. 59 for 5. Tawhid Ridoy still in the middle. Bangladesh had to go anywhere near the target. They need something special from him. It'll be Romario Shepherd to bowl his second over. Two is the call. Bowler going after the ball himself and denying that second run to the Bangladesh batters.
I think the difference is when you look at how both teams have handled themselves with the bat. Lovely delivery, quick, good carry to the keeper. What stood out for me from the West Indies batting perspective was 7 fours and 11 sixes. It's really stood out. It showed they get going in the last 3 to 5 overs. It looked at one stage that perhaps 150 would have been ideal, but some super hitting.
Lost the ball, he's lost the ball. Sent back rightly by Ridoy. Boundaries and sixes you mentioned, but also the way the timing of it, how they initially took time.
Lucky the ball didn't travel, it just dropped dead. Otherwise, it would have actually come back towards the batter after hitting the pitch. Thanks to that wonderful partnership between Robert Powell and Shai Hope.
Let's not forget that even Rothman Powell initially was not middling the ball as well as he'd like. He took a bit of time. got the opportunity to interview him mid-innings, and he mentioned that maybe 10 runs more would have been a good total, but now it seems like they've got the total.
Yeah, he started it all, didn't really time the ball early in his innings, and then he hit 4 sixes, consecutive sixes. 83 in the partnership with him, 48 for the 4th wicket.
Absolutely. And they took their time, but then put the Bangladesh bowlers under pressure, which is sort of lacking in this innings. The only time the Bangladesh batters put some pressure on the West Indies bowlers was when Tanzil Tamim and Saif Hassan were in the middle.
Yeah, the opening partnership worked only 16 runs. It doesn't really matter if you hit a couple of boundaries. The problem is, if you do get out, then your team is in trouble.
Be the 4th single of this over. Halfway through the innings, Bangladesh 63 for 5.
তো ভাইরা আমার, তোমরা আমাকে একটা লাইক করো, আমার তো 50টা লাইক মিল করে দাও, আমার তো 50টা লাইক আছে তোমাদের কাছে, একটু মিল করে দাও প্লিজ। আর তোমরা প্রতিদিন খেলা দেখতে চাইলে লাইকটা সাবস্ক্রাইব করতে পারো চ্যানেলটা। বাংলাদেশের খেলা কিন্তু চলে গেছে, আজকে কি বাংলাদেশ জিতবে না ঠকবে অবশ্যই কমেন্ট করবা। তোমরা সবাই কমেন্ট করবা বাংলাদেশ ঠকবে না জিতবে।
103 to get in 10 overs. Just the 5 wickets in hand. They've got to just balance between attack and defense and be selective and get the couple of runs. They've just got every other delivery. Bryce here, Bryce there, boundary there. That will be what they'll need on a consistent basis if they're going to chase that target. Very difficult task, Maha.
Not quite right at 10.27. It's not going to be easy. One of these batters, ideally, Tawhid Hridoy, got to play one of the bestest knocks we've seen in T20 history for Bangladesh to win this game. And on the other hand, we expect Tanzim Hassan Shaki, who's no mug with the bat. It was a call, but basically for a single, no mug with the bat, along with Rishad Hussain. Play those cameos to try and chase down a one score of 166.
Definitely gettable, but it is the next 5 overs that's going to be the decider. If Bangladesh can score around the 8-9 mark consistently with Rishad, we just saw there being able to play cameos very quickly. The opportunity, but at the moment they're going sensibly. They're playing the ball to its merit, just milking the runs.
A squad for the Bangladesh side. The all-rounders Mahdi Hassan, Nasr Imam, Rishad Hussain. I'm a bit surprised with the omission of Saifuddin from the squad. Also well in the last game up in Sharjah, the series that Bangladesh won 3-0. They turned Kumar Das in that squad, yeah.
আমার শুধুমাত্র 50টা লাইক লাগবে, প্লিজ তোমরা করে দাও ভাই, প্লিজ প্লিজ ভাই, 50টা লাইক লাগবে। 50টা লাইকের পর আমি আর একটা লাইকও চাবো না, প্লিজ ভাই তোমরা কইরা দাও লাইকটা। আর আজকে কে জিতবে ম্যাচটা অবশ্যই কমেন্ট করবা। সবাই একটু লাইকটা কমপ্লিট করে দাও, মাত্র 50টা লাইক চাইছি তোমাদের কাছে।
Done, 71 for 5.
আমার এই
On the third
লাইভটা
quarter,
বর্তমান
we see
30
here,
জন মানুষ
series up in
দেখতেছে,
Afghanistan.
তোমরা
They
একটা
sail away
লাইভটা
into the
কমপ্লিট
Scott.
করে দাও।
Saifuddin, as we
আমার
spoke
তো
earlier, in
50টা
my
লাইক,
opinion, very, very
8টা
unlucky
লাইক হয়ে
considering
গেছে গা।
did decently well in the
আর
last game,
মারতে
or more than decently well in the game against
আর মাত্র
Afghanistan in the
42টা
Asian
লাইক
Cup.
লাগে,
Was
42টা।
quite handy, especially in the death
তোমরা
overs.
42টা
Bowling
লাইক
those
লাগে,
Yorkers,
তোমরা
slow
প্লিজ
balls.
কমপ্লিট করে
It was
দাও।
exceptional. Here comes Jaden Seals. Probably the height. Just should be a single.
Well, singles will do it for now, but they've got to do it on a regular basis. Just going back to the squad, I think one of the main reasons for that was the Saifuddin is a pace bowling all-rounder. They opted for the pace bowlers in the all-rounders department. They seem to have preferred the selectors, the spin bowling all-rounders to Saifuddin. Yeah, you're right. I understand your thought process. Maybe that's the thought process of the selectors in leaving him out.
Covering all bases, Shamim having options. He spoke in these earlier scene
আর
with
মাত্র
Athar Ali Khan regarding
41টা
not
লাইক
having an
লাগে,
out-and-out all-rounder
41টা।
as a
তোমরা
seaming
কমপ্লিট
all-rounder.
করে দাও 41টা লাইক।
It has been in the system for a long time and been trusted. Just that having different options in different games would be handy, especially in the subcontinent.
আমার আর
Indeed, and
মাত্র
the options now running
41টা
out
লাইক
for
লাগে,
Bangladesh
তোমরা
as
কমপ্লিট
they
করে দাও।
chase
তাই আমার
10.73. Just another
50টা
quick
লাইক
look at
পূরণ
that.
হবে, বেশি চাইনি,
No genuine
50টা লাইক।
all-rounders as you mentioned, but Nasir Ahmed, after long mark with the bat, they can wheel the willow. Rishad Hassan can play the cameos and Bangladesh will be
বাংলাদেশ
hoping
আজকে
that he
জিতবে
can
না
do that
থাকবে,
when if
অবশ্যই
needed
কমেন্ট
today.
করবা।
But just on the subject of all-rounders, I think Rishad
আমাদের
Hossain as a
টিমম্যান
spinning
বাংলাদেশ
all-round is
কিন্তু
a great prospect going
চিলকান
into the future.
চাপাইতেছে।
Still relatively young in international game, but certainly has what it
এই যে
takes to
ফর,
shine in international cricket. But if you look at the top sides around the world, in the subcontinent, if you take the example, you got Hardik Pandya for India, Prime Ashraf for Pakistan, Tasman Shanaka for Sri Lanka. So I think that's where the balance comes. Shami batting at number 6, 7 can bowl 4 overs, if not at least 2, 3 overs, but handy with the bat brings in the balance, isn't it?
Talking about the balance, it will be a balance between some powerful shots and regular scoring. They've got 3 singles in this over. It's not going to do. Something's got to give. Have to throw caution to the wind. Take a few chances. Oh, no, that's... maybe he'll say that it was intentionally played, but safely enough for another single.
This man on screen with the ball and especially with the bat, in my opinion, cameos did make the difference. 26 of 30 deliveries in the first ODI, couple of lusty hits towards mid-wicket. Long. And certainly, even in the last ODI, Shamim Chaudhary was exceptional, Rishad.
And maybe that is the reason why that it has tilted in the favor of the spinners with the wickets prepared, conducive to spin rather than pace, particularly in Dhaka. They're not allowing the Bangladeshi batters freebies. Call for the second one. Here's the throw. Johnson. Oh, there was an opportunity missed. If he gathered it, here's a corner.
Jaden Seals did
আমাদের
everything
বাংলাদেশ
right when
কিন্তু
it comes
পরে
to
আউট
basics.
গেছিল, দেখছেন
Sold
কত
out
বড়
to
একটা
the
রিস্ক
follow-through.
নিছে।
He ran back to be behind the stumps to take the bails off. Awkward bounce. There you go. He comes back behind the stump. Does the basics right and made matters the most. He misses the ball. Got to be said at the international level, those got to be taken. It's good to see the young man with the big fast ball of his follow through to have the presence of mind come back to the stumps. And unfortunately for West Indies, he missed the ball.
It's thrown very, very quickly and very hard. Because we know the ball's now got a bit of moisture on it, not easy to grasp. More intent on throwing down the wicket rather than grabbing the ball first cleanly. But close shave here. Need all the luck in the world for the moment for the Bangladeshi batters. Struggling. Oh, catcher is the call. Oops! Second grab. He's got it. Oh, we've seen some tremendous catches. He can afford to smile. Just popped out of his hands, jumped away, caught it on the second take, and another wicket goes.
Slow ball bounce, a nicely disguised, and with Ridoy probably wanted to get over the middle fine leg fielder. That was there to be put away. Unfortunately found the field at fine leg on the second attempt.
Perhaps the prize figure of the
আমাদের
Loyal
উইকেট একটা
James
পড়ে
Sales
গেছে গা,
was
উইকেট।
brought back into the attack by
এটা কি
Shea
হল,
Hope,
উইকেট পড়ে
wanting a
গেছে গা
wicket, want to
বাংলাদেশের।
break through. And he has done it in style, dismissing Rudo. He's gone to 28.
25
77
বলে
for 6
28 রান
Bangladesh.
করে উইকেট। আর মাত্র 40টা লাইক লাগে আমার, আর মাত্র 40টা। ভাই আমার লাইভটা 32 জন মানুষ দেখতেছে, যদি একটা করে লাইক করো 32টা হয়ে যাবে গা। প্লিজ তোমরা লাইক করো, আমাকে 50টা লাইক কমপ্লিট করে দাও প্লিজ প্লিজ। আজকে কি বাংলাদেশ জিতবে?
Bangladesh
6
sliding
উইকেট
down.
পড়ে গেছে।
Another 89, neither 48. And yet, the man in form, Rashad Hussain, not to be seen. In comes Nasum Ahmed at number 8 for Bangladesh. Strike rate of 94, best of 19, and he's here. Because Dudoy was grabbed the beauty at shot finding. It was indeed, look at that. Didn't quite middle it, that's why it went to the field, could have gone over. But what a recovery. Second bite at the cherry, slipped away, is conscious enough and alert enough to go for that second grab. And the smile of relief. Oh, that's so nice to see. Bangladesh really struggling here. Akil Hussain cannot do anything wrong, can he? He's coming to bowl his last over now. Nice and flat. Triple just a single, just an old and fire long on to Gipal. For 20 in his 3.1 overs, he's been exceptional, Akil. Very impressive to say the least. Look at the batters versus balls below 125 clicks, and the wickets, well, there are some in that 8 to 10 meter area, the good length areas that they have in one short, but it's all below 125, so they're really struggling to try and use the bats, the power of the bats to get the balls away. Runs on the board, Shamim. I think that makes a huge difference for a West Indian side. Was packed with experienced players in the T20 setup. Against a side against Bangladesh who have done really well in the recent past. Certainly bought the game. Nasum Ahmed off the mark with a single. No surprise, Akil Hussain into his fourth over, 2 for 21. The ball's better grip a little bit more. At the same time, if it gets a little moist on the outfield, it might be difficult to grip. But with Nasum in, well, it's going to be tough for Bangladesh to reach that target. Require 11.35 from now on. Someone has to play a blind rough on Okazari. Even the man in form, Rashad Hussain, yet to come, possibly at number 9. Funny things happen in cricket, Shamim. Turn again, pouring into the pitch. That's been the essence, bowling into the pitch, really keeping that line going consistently, and then the little variations in pace. Something to lull Bangladeshi batters into a false sense of security, particularly in the early part of the innings when they thought they'd blast everything out of the ground. But bowlers are pretty clever, and they know your mindset. They can outsmart you, and Bangladesh have fallen into that trap on more than one occasion. Tell me that the last time Bangladesh won the series against Afghanistan, they won all 3 games chasing. So one may question. Good serve, decent serve, that's an outside edge. Probably Shea Hope, he'll consider himself unlucky that he couldn't get to it. That's probably the under edge. Quicker, Akil Hussain. Yeah, confirmation. It's a top chance. Oh, you're being too harsh. That really went very quickly. Yeah, he thought the skipper might have had some gloves on it. It went very, very quickly. Just to bring up the point, Shami, 42 for 4 in the power play. They're chasing down a score of 166. You got to slay the foundation. That's what Bangladesh missed today. Yes, indeed. That's what the point I was mentioning. They got a little carried away. I think there's a little bit of overconfidence in the manner in which they approach this innings. Just can't afford to do that in cricket. On the next side. And the protect the guy comes into play, not given a wide. And Akil Hussain finishes his spell, 2 for 22 of his 4, 80 for 6 after 13.
তো তোমরা আমার লাইভটা কমপ্লিট করে দাও। আর মাত্র 38টা লাইক লাগে, আর মাত্র 38টা লাইক। তোমরা আমার লাইভটা কমপ্লিট করে দাও তাড়াতাড়ি, আর মাত্র 38টা লাইক ভাই। ভাই তোমরা খেলাটা দেখতেছো, একটা লাইক খেলা কমপ্লিট করে দাও। আর 38টা লাইক হতে
Massive problem they've had to face. Well, this is the Dutch Bangla Bank series, and as we see the white being given, the Dutch Bangla Bank is the first European joint venture bank in Bangladesh and a pioneer in the banking sector of Bangladesh in terms of customer trust and confidence through transparent and pure banking. Low ball bouncer gone all wrong. Romero Shepherd, the very first ball, has to be really careful with the left bit of the
80
circle.
রান লাগবে, বাংলাদেশ কি পারবে?
It's a middle line and good shot straight down the ground. Roman Powell from long on. He does the fielding, certainly. It's only one thing in
80 রান লাগবে,
Shakib's mind.
বাংলাদেশ কি পারবে?
Well, that would be
তোমরা আমার
boundaries now.
লাইভটা
15
কমপ্লিট করে
balls
দাও।
since the last boundary. They're running out of overs, they're running out of balls. And this is the time when the West Indian bowlers will tell themselves, let's lure them, let's entice them into playing the big shots.
আর অল্প কিছু
The
লাইক
fielders
লাগে,
all round
50টা
the
পূরণ হইতে আর অল্প
ground
কিছু লাইক লাগে।
in various
তোমরা
positions
লাইকটা
waiting
পূরণ
for
করে দাও ভাই,
a
প্লিজ
message
প্লিজ
to
ভাই
happen.
প্লিজ।
Change the feel of the big shot
আর
by
অল্প কিছু
Tanzim.
লাইক
Third man
লাগে,
comes
তোমরা
into the
50টা
circle.
লাইক পূরণ করে দাও। খেলা প্রায় শেষ, শেষ প্রায় খেলা প্রায় শেষ।
It's good leg bounce as well, zipping through with the gloves of Shehu. Not the quickest of deliveries, just 128 clicks. But the manner in which it's get it off, you can feel the effect of the dew on the wicket. This is the problem. Engaging, just the leg is standing his ground, it's taking more leg away. But that length, the shot tried, not on that length. Needed to move back. Shot, picks it up, and into the stands it
Six
goes.
marks,
Rocket
six.
six. Movement you can put
বাংলাদেশ
Tanzim
একটা
Hasan
6
Shakib.
মারছে, 6
And the crowd erupt here. They haven't had very much to cheer about.
রান প্রায়
Tanzim
উঠে
Hasan
গেছে, 6
Shakib is
মারছে।
showing the way. They need more of those. And this is done to a nice. Look at that. Just help the ball on its way. Use a little bit of the angle. Didn't try to hit it hard. Pick up shot. One of the best. I like that view from Tanzim Hasan.
বাংলাদেশ বাউন্ডারি মারছে, বাউন্ডারিতে তোমরা 10টা লাইক করো,
Watch
10টা।
where the ball was sailing. This crowd will be hoping more from Tanzim. Slow ball again. Fine leg in the circle.
ফোর আছে, ফোর
On the kick outside.
বাই,
Outside in
4
the ball.
মারছে।
But certainly a necessary boundary after six
একটা
by
four।
Tanzim. Could be better. You need a bit of luck. He was very bold in going for that shot, taking the left leg away, keeping to play around the square leg area, squirts it away, backward, through the far leg, unprotected area. For a very, very welcome boundary.
4
Need more
মারছে,
of those.
4।
It's been a big over. 13 runs, a couple of balls left. Then delivery went for a 6, slow ball went for a boundary. What's next by Roshiput?
আরেকটা 4 মারছে, আরেকটা 4।
Turning it on. Another excess pay boundary through car point. He sure is. And there's dancing in the aisles. And I thought that was about the best. You're talking of the variations of the ball. This was a whitish Yorker. The manner in which dug it out, maybe toed it, squirts it away. Placement perfect. Oh, the runs are starting to flow. And the crowd feel maybe this is over. We'll turn things around for
একটা 6
Bangladesh.
মারছে, 2টা 4 মারছে বাংলাদেশ।
I thought that was a perfect Yorker. consolation, but on the 8th boundary of
রানে
the innings,
পড়ছে, তোমরা সবাই লাইক করে দাও
by far
তাড়াতাড়ি।
the most expensive over in this innings. 17 and 1 ball
আর
remaining.
আমার তো কিছু লাইক লাগে, তাই 50টা পূরণ হবে।
No ball bouncing. The fielder does the fielding and just a single to end the 14th over. 98 for 6.
ভাই বাংলাদেশ কিন্তু একটা 6 মারছে, 2টা 4 মারছে, মানে এর ওভারে দেখো 10 10 10 15 18 রান নিচ্ছে, একেবারে কিন্তু 18 রান তুলে নিচ্ছে। ভাই বাংলাদেশ কিন্তু জেতার সম্ভাবনা আছে, তোমরা
After
লাইক
14
করো।
overs, identical score,
একেবারে
but
18 রান
Bangladesh
নিচ্ছে।
have lost 3 more wickets extra. Remember, West Indies in the last 5 overs, Shamil
তাড়াতাড়ি
scored
আমার লাইকটা
64.
কমপ্লিট করে দাও।
That was the biggest difference.
তোমরা যত তাড়াতাড়ি লাইকটা
Yes,
কমপ্লিট
indeed,
করবা,
and they
বাংলাদেশ
want to
তত
and
তাড়াতাড়ি
need to
জিতবে।
replicate that, and maybe that has
বাচ্চা
been
সবাই
started in
লাইকটা
the previous
কমপ্লিট
over.
করো।
17 run over by
আর তোমরা কে
Ranjit
কে
Chandni.
বাংলাদেশের খেলা প্রতিদিন দেখো, যদি দেখতে চাও তাহলে আমার চ্যানেলটা সাবস্ক্রাইব করতে পারো।
Into the attack. One thing for sure, he's not going to fly the ball. He's going to fire it in. Look at it. Look at it. 94.8, the first ball. Yeah, not a surprise. I mean, he's seen the mood that
ভাই তোমরা যদি
Ranjit is
আমার
in at
লাইভটা
the moment.
দেখতেছো,
He's not
যদি
going
একটা
to
করে
even
লাইক করো,
try
তাহলে
and
কিন্তু
fly the
আমার
ball. But then
50টা
again,
লাইক
you
পূরণ হয়ে
never
যাবে
know
গা।
the psyche, the
আমি
mindset of the
মাত্র
bowler.
তোমাদের কাছে
Batter
50টা
is
লাইক
expecting
চাইছি,
flatter deliveries.
50টা লাইক।
He might just say, just lob one. Give it some air.
দেখছো বাংলাদেশের দল কিরকম করতেছে।
Turn. Beautifully done by Kiripia. Turn and bounce. Comprehensively beaten. And
আচ্ছা তোমরা লাইকটা একটু কমপ্লিট করো, তারপরে সাউন্ডটা ফিরে দিতেছি, লাইকটা কমপ্লিট করো। খেলা কিন্তু জমে গেছে গা, বাংলাদেশের খেলা কিন্তু জমে গেছে গা। সেদিনকার মতনই ম্যাচ ড্র হওয়ার সম্ভাবনা বেশি থাকতে পারে। তোমরা আমার লাইকটা কমপ্লিট করো, তারপরে সাউন্ডটা ফিরে দিব তোমাদের মাঝে। বেশি লাইক লাগবে না, তোমরা লাগবে না, শুধুমাত্র একটা করে লাইক করে দাও। ভাই বাংলাদেশের দর্শক কিন্তু গ্যালারি মেয়েদের হয় আল্লাহ করতেছে। যদি শুনতে চাও তাহলে আমার লাইকটা কমপ্লিট করে দাও তাড়াতাড়ি তাড়াতাড়ি। এই দেখো দর্শকরা কিরকম করতেছে, বাংলাদেশের দর্শকরা 4 মারছে, আবারও কিন্তু 4 মারছে। এখন কিন্তু বাংলাদেশ পিটাবে, কারণ ওভার বেশি নাই কে, আর মাত্র 5-6 ওভার আছে। এই 6 ওভার বাংলাদেশে না পিটালে জিততে পারবে না। তো তোমরা লাইকটা তাড়াতাড়ি কমপ্লিট করো। এই যে আবারও কিন্তু 4 মারছে, দেখছো 2টা 4 মারছে নাগানাগি। বাংলাদেশ কিন্তু 100 পূরণ করে ফেলাইছে। ভাই আমার লাইকটা তাড়াতাড়ি কমপ্লিট করে, 14টা লাইক হয়েছে, আর মাত্র কিছু লাইক লাগে, তাই 50টা পূরণ হবে। ভাই সাউন্ড পেতে গেলে তাড়াতাড়ি লাইক করো। এই যে 4 দেখছো ভাই, পুরা স্টেডে 4 মারছে, স্টেডে। প্লিজ ভাই তোমরা লাইকটা কমপ্লিট করো, সাউন্ডটা ফিরে দেবো তোমাদের মাঝে। আবারও 4 মারছে ভাই, আবারও 4 মারছে, 2টা 4। হাইরে বাংলাদেশের চিল্লাচিল্লি দেখছো। তাড়াতাড়ি লাইক করো তাড়াতাড়ি। ও গ্যালারিটা বুঝাই, বাংলাদেশের গ্যালারিটা বুঝাই। 6 মারছে, 6। ও নো। ভাই 6 মারছে, 6। আচ্ছা কোনো সমস্যা নাই, তোমরা লাইক পূরণ করো, যদি না দাও কমেন্ট করো, বুঝছো, সাউন্ড ফিরে দেবো। তোমরা বলবা যে লাইকের জন্য সাউন্ডটা আটকে আছে, আচ্ছা সমস্যা নাই, আমি সাউন্ড ফিরে দিব। কিন্তু প্লিজ ভাই তোমরা লাইকটা একটু কমপ্লিট করে দাও না ভাই, আর বেশি লাইক লাগে না, খুবই অল্প লাইক লাগে। তোমরা একটু কমপ্লিট করে দাও প্লিজ, তোমাদের খুবই অনুরোধ করে কইতেছি ভাই, প্লিজ একটু লাইকটা কমপ্লিট করে দাও। আমি তো 500-1000 চাইনি, মার তো 50টা লাইক চাইছি, কারণ এই 50টা লাইক হলে আমার সবচাইতে ভিডিওর মধ্যে এই লাইভটাতে একটু লাইক বেশি আসবে। তোমরা তাড়াতাড়ি একটু কমপ্লিট করে দাও। হোয়াইট গেছে।
had an opportunity to maybe finish this over on a high. comeback by Caribbean. 15 overs done. 111 for 6.
পনেরোটা লাইক হয়ে গেছে, আর বেশি লাইক লাগে না, আমার তো 35টা লাইক লাগে। প্লিজ তোমরা 35টা লাইক পূরণ করে দাও। 35টা লাইক লাগে আর মাত্র 15টা লাইক হয়ে গেছে। আমার লাইকটা কিন্তু 33 জন দেখতেছে। তোমরা একটু লাইকটা কমপ্লিট করে দাও। মাত্র 50টা লাইক চাইছি তোমাদের মাঝে। 15টা হয়ে গেছে।
Especially the last 2 overs. 31 runs in the last 2 overs. Partnership is worth 34 of 21. Last 2 overs have been very good. In comes Jason Holder. Trying to be cheeky. You know why? Because there were 2 fielders at short third and short fine. So he's eyeing to scoop it over the top of the infield. It's turning out to be a really good innings from Tanzim Hassan Shakib, 32 of 24. Good evening, Samuel Badri.
Hello, Atta. Hello, everyone. 54 from 29. Remember, West Indies scored 64 in the last 5. Lots of sixes struck from Rahman Powell in the last couple overs. Do they have the firepower, Bangladesh, to match that, given that they're 6 down?
ভাই তোমরা লাইকটা কমপ্লিট
This
করো।
partnership, though, has been good.
আজকে কিন্তু
35 from
স্টেডিয়ামের
22.
গ্যালারিটা ফুল। গ্যালারিটা আজকে ফুল আছে বাংলাদেশের মানুষ দিয়ে।
Nasum is capable of the big hits. They need a few.
Change of angles, and what it does, he goes deep in his crease and snaps it over the fielder and mid off. Another boundary.
Just listen to the roar from the Tigers. Intelligent batting. He knows that the mid-off is in position, so he just swats it over in that direction for 4. No change in field as he changes length.
Bowler. Pick up a single and get to the right hand out and strike. Also, the right hand left hand combination has worked in Bangladesh's favour. With that single, the partnership now worth 40. So certainly this partnership raised some hope for Bangladesh. 49 from 27. Possible.
Yeah, one of the things that stands out though, huge disparities, the number of sixes hit, something that the West Indians have been known for during their period of dominance. They hit 11 sixes as compared to 4 so far.
Really went after it. With the full toss up wide out to the off stump, and he misses it. But these are the deliveries that they need to put away, which can get that equation even in their favor a little bit better. 49 from 26 now. And they picked up a boundary in this over, so 6 of the first 4 deliveries. Again, it's short and wide, but that will be taken, and it is. To Rostam Chase, take the catch.
Out gেছে গা,
Tanzim
out.
Hassan Shakib has to go back to the pavilion.
Some dancing from Jason Holder, another one for him. Sticking to his plan, has the fielder in that position just for that shot. Pays off, so doesn't have the pace to go over the boundary. Their celebrations from Holder. The set batter goes for 33. 117 now for 7.
বাংলাদেশ কি আগে পারবে ম্যাচটা জিতাইতে? 16টা লাইক হয়ে গেছে, আর মাত্র অল্প কিছু লাইক লাগে, আর মাত্র অল্প কিছু লাইক তাড়াতাড়ি কমপ্লিট করে 50টা লাইক পূরণ করে দাও। আমার এই লাইভটা 30 জন দেখতেছে, যদি একটা করে লাইক করে 30টা লাইক হলে কিন্তু আমার
Jason Holder picking
50টা
up
পূরণ হয়ে
another
যাবে।
wicket, and in comes Rishad Hussain. So then we'll have to wait and see what he has to offer tonight. Bangladesh do need him to fire up with the bat. Last ball of this over. It's a full toss, low full toss. They're thinking about the second. Nasu very quick, comes back quite nicely. The 2 runs to finish the over, 8 and a wicket in that over. After 16, Bangladesh 119 for 7. For 3. In reply, Bangladesh 119 for 7, 47 of 24. The last batter to get dismissed was Nazeem Hassan.
Yeah, good from Jason Holder and the West Indians. A clear plan. Feel well set. Don't you love it when a plan comes to fruition? Jaden Seals back into the attack now.
Yeah, swing and a miss. The required run rate is above 12 runs in an over, so both the batters will be eyeing to pick up an early boundary to let the pressure off them. But the first one turned to be a dot.
Yeah, only the second T20I for Jaden Seals. It's his first wickets in this format. Starts off with a slower ball. Look for that leg cutter or off cutter to the left-handed batter.
Well, has he timed it nicely? Yes, he has. But Nasom is turning out to play a nice little cameo here.
Yeah, he's now gone past his previous best in T20Is. Nasom tops it wide. Does middle it as well as he would have liked. Just one bounce nonetheless. They need a few more of those 43 from 22, but they're 7 wickets down.
And now the run rate comes down under 12 runs in an over. 11.73, 43 from 22. They're making room and trying to open up the offside, and he misses the delivery. He cannot afford to miss a delivery. That's probably what he is trying to tell Nasim Ahmed. He's picked up a boundary, get him on strike.
Yeah, 2 dots in the over, his previous best at 19 against England in Abu Dhabi a couple of years ago. They don't mind how these runs come, whether it's off the middle or if it's off the edge, but they need them to continue to flow.
Where's that going? Oh, brilliant! Absolutely sensational. First it was Rahman Powell who took the catch. Then he looked at the boundary ropes. He was going over. He flicked it back and to Jason Holder. He cannot believe his luck.
Yeah, Rahman Powell is continuing to make his 100 T20I very memorable. Good teamwork down in the deep. Another pace-off delivery. But just look at the composure. Knows that Jason Holder is there. completes the catch and just passes it over. Nasum goes for his best of 20, 8 down for 123.
আজকে বাংলাদেশ নিশ্চিত খেলবে, তোমরা আমার লাইভটা কমপ্লিট করে দাও। মাত্র 3 ওভার আছে, 3 ওভার 2 বলে কি বাংলাদেশ আগে 40 রান নিতে পারবে?
Taskin Ahmed. Again goes the batters who disappointed for Bangladesh.
20টা লাইক হয়ে গেছে, আর মাত্র 30টা লাইক। আর মাত্র 30টা লাইক লাগবে আমার।
Just flicks it back before he steps outside the boundary ropes. Robin Powell. Look at the reaction. He's now picked up 3 for 21 seals. Because when you're asking your team to chase 165, 166 to win, you need support from the top order. If you don't, if you fail to give that, then you need something special, some kind of miracle. Because they were down in the power play, 4 down, 42 for 4.
Yeah, the statistics show that if you lose 3-4 wickets in the power play, it's always difficult to register a win. So credit to the West Indians for the way that they bowled. Started off a little bit on the expensive side, but they fought back. They stuck to their task. 124 for 8.
আঠারো বলে 42 রান লাগবে, এটা কি সম্ভব? 18 বলে 42 রান, 18 বলে 42 রান, এটা কি সম্ভব বাংলাদেশের? 18 বলে 42 রান, এটা কি সম্ভব বাংলাদেশের? তোমরা কমেন্ট করবা, লাইক করে দাও। আর মাত্র 18টা বল আছে, তাই শেষ খেলা।
Looking difficult for Bangladesh. 42 of 18 with 2 wickets in hand. You spoke about how well they handled themselves with the ball, the West Indies. But don't forget the effort they put with the bat. 51 in the last 3 overs. Jason Holder round the wicket with the left-hander. And that partnership of 83 in 48 deliveries between Powell and Shayhope really set the tone, set the course for a winning total. And when you come back, you look at the partnership. It started well, remember, it was the openers who set a good foundation, but they added 59. Yeah, they took a little bit time. 23 from Hope and King. But Athanaz and King. But what about Hope and Powell? Was brilliant. 4 and the gap.
4 marks of 4.
It was risky bowling that pace with that field. Thick outside edge and beats the fielder to his left. Races away for 4.
The last 3 overs.
Yeah, they need boundaries. They need a flurry of them. Nothing Jaden Seals can do there. Too far left of him. Yeah, for much of the West Indian innings, Zata and viewers, they looked as though they would get 140, 145. It was that last few overs.
Rishad Hussain perishes. And looks like, yep, it is
বাংলাদেশের
again.
খেলা শেষ।
You can't keep him away from the game.
By
Robin
Maori
Powell
could
takes
decide to
another
move on.
catch. now goes on to take his third wicket. And Bangladesh 129 for 9.
Yeah, increases his tally of wickets in 2025 in this format. Jason Holder, already the leading wicket taker for the West Indies this year. Add 3 more to his 21 previously.
Last wicket
No fireworks from Rishad tonight. 129 for 9.
Guys, তোমরা লাইকটা কমপ্লিট করে দাও, আর মাত্র কিছু লাইক।
Mustafizur Rahman in. He would have hoped for this to come in so early. But it has been an excellent performance from West Indies. The last time they were here was way back in 2018 when they played a series against Bangladesh here. In this format, the T20 format, that's the dismissal of Rishad Hussain. And they beat Bangladesh in 2018. But in between they played away. They played in West Indies, they played elsewhere also. Well, Bangladesh managed to win, but at home, this it's another win which will give them an opportunity.
Yeah, remember too, it's been a struggle from a West Indian perspective in this format. Only 3 wins in 15 matches this year. They've lost a series of bilaterals in the lead up to this one.
Well, that's gone all the way for 6 from the man of Tashkil Ahmed.
136 for 9.
बारह वाले 30 रन लगे, 12 वाले 30 रन।
The 165 for 3 is turning out to be a winning total here. They have 2 more overs left. Bangladesh required 30 from 12 deliveries with only a wicket in hand. Jaden Seals was the 4th over, but the last ball of the previous over went all the way for a big 6. They're very good from West Indies. You mentioned about their recent losses. It's so very difficult. Even at the toss, I asked, I hoped, how do you manage to uplift the morale of the team with the results not going your way? It's a process, and you have to have that sort of a belief that yes, new day, you wake up to look to do some positive stuff. And surely today, winning the toss and batting first to go and post that total was very impressive indeed.
The other pose in play might be the bail or the stump. So we'll have to get a replacement here. You're right, Arthur. West Indies have lost 4 out of the 5 bilateral series that they've played this year in 2025. And if we stretch that back a little further, they've lost 7 of the last 8 that they've played. So that man right off screen, Darren Sammy, wants to get back into winning ways. We know that the T20 World Cup is just a few
11 বলে
months
30 রান
away.
লাগে আর মারতে অল্প কিছু লাইক
So
দরকার
if
তোমার
they can
50টা লাইক
solidify
করুন
what
হবে
their best combination is, that's what they're trying to do in these
আর মাত্র
conditions,
অল্প কিছু
so
লাইক
that when
তোমরা
they head
লাইকটা
off to
পূরণ
that
করে
World
দাও
Cup,
তাড়াতাড়ি প্লিজ
everyone is in a much better position and they know their roles with a certain level
11
of
বলে
clarity.
29 রান লাগে 11 বলে
That
29
man as
রান
well, his captaincy record has been dismal. So everyone is trying and searching for improvements, incremental improvements. It's only the first game though, but you want to start off with a win.
Yeah, as a team, you want contribution from each and everybody. Not every game. Hope or maybe Roman Powell not going to score runs, but there were others. Someone like Arthur Mills or Brandon King and company will have to put their hands up. Okay, fine. Tonight it's my night. I'm going to make it count. He's been outstanding. Even that win, the tied match, he was there for a very long time to ensure that they get close to the target in that one international series in Dhaka, Mirpur. Well, this might just get over. What? Falls in no man's land.
Taskin would argue that's perfect placement. The three fielders were converging and it fell in the middle of all of them. None of them got even remotely close. Looking to heave that one for six. Now just look at that. Equidistant from all of them.
Do you think this is the right combination for West Indies, Samuel Birdie?
9 বলে 29 রান কেমনে ভাই পাবো না তো
The outside edge just over the fielder. That short third, Romario Shepherd. A fortuitous boundary, but that's what you get at this stage of the innings. Smiles from Mustafizur.
Yeah, with that boundary, the score moves to 142 for 9. Just think whether Bangladesh had few wickets in hand. Not
8
the
বলে
case.
24 রান 8 বলে 24 রান এটা কি পারবে বাংলাদেশ
24 from 8.
Yeah, to answer your question, they've been searching for a wrist spinner. A couple have emanated from the Breakout League, a domestic tournament. This time it's placed delicately for a couple. They also have Gudakesh Moti, who has been brilliant in this format, left out today for Carrie Pierre. So they usually go into a contest with two left unorthodox. They've been also searching for solidity at the top of the order. Shehu himself has opened in the recent past that series against Australia.
আর মাত্র
So they
কিছু
have a few
লাইক তাই
options, still
50 লাইক
trying to
করুন
find out
হবে আর
which is
মাত্র কিছু লাইক
the best 11 to take the field. That's the importance of these matches, giving players an opportunity in different positions.
That's a good shot. A bit of a footwork in the deep. Allow the batters to cross over for 2 runs. 10 in that over. 19 and then 46 for 9.
বাংলাদেশ কি পারবে লাস্ট ওভারে ম্যাচটা জিতাইতে লাস্ট ওভার কিরে ভাই তোমরা খেলে লাইকটা করতেছে না তো লাইকটা পূরণ করে
It's
দাও
been a very good
মাত্র
performance
30টা
from the
লাইক
West Indies.
50টা লাইক আছে
It's a
তোমাদের
3-match
কাছে
series.
50টা লাইকই পূরণ
Looks like
করতে
they're
পারো
going
না
to
এটা
go
কোনো কথা ভাই
up in the
ভাই তোমরা
series.
কিসের বাংলাদেশের
Bangladesh
প্লেয়ার
required
খেলোয়াড় আলাদা
20 from
না
last 6
তোমরা
deliveries.
50টা লাইক দিতে মনে করবে ভাই করো আর ওরা তো মাঠে যায় পিটাইতেছে
Mario Shepherd in the attack. Big heaver on the offside, gets the bottom edge. That just shows you that if you can just hold on to wickets earlier on, it can be a different ball game altogether. And that's what the Bangladesh players, Bangladesh top order, the team management, we need to understand and grasp the situation. You can lose 1 or 2 wickets, fine, but you just simply cannot afford to lose 4 in the power play. If you do, then the result is right in front of you.
Another extra. 7 innings now, including 5 wides. Mario Shepherd himself will be looking to improve his returns in this phase of the innings. It's a role that he's been given quite often for the West Indies. So what you want to do, even though that this game is for all intents and purposes sewn up 18 from 4, you still want to put yourself in a position as though the game is on the line. That's how you improve. Put yourself under that pressure. Nail those Yorkers so that it becomes part of your DNA. In a pressure situation, you can execute and deliver.
They've outplayed Bangladesh in all departments of the game.
Bangladesh,
if you look back what they've achieved by winning 4 series on the trot, never easy. When you come up against any team, because you need to be at your best, no matter who you play, where you play. Yes, you're playing in home conditions, so you probably know a thing or two more than your opposition. Probably it's gone say lower, but it looks like they might have just hit the stumps with his heels.
Yeah, I think he did step on the stump, Taskin, looking to go deep in the crease. He absolutely nailed it. But guess what? It doesn't count. And in fact, he's been dismissed. And that's the end of the innings. This is very peculiar. Everyone seems to be a little bit shell-shocked. Yeah, look how deep he gets. Steps on the stumps and then absolutely nails it for 6. Yeah, smashes it out of the middle of the bat. That's perhaps the best shot that he's played in his career. But it doesn't count. Anticlimactic end. Bangladesh dismissed in 19.4 for 149, and West Indies take the first of this 3-match series by 16 runs. Taskin, the last man, dismissed at wicket for 10.
Yeah, excellent win for West Indies. They go 1 up in a 3-match series.
ভাই এটা কোনো কথা? রকেট গেছে গা লাস্ট 10 উইকেট। তোমরা আমার লাইকটা কমপ্লিট করে দিতে পারলে না।